Hello. Hello, welcome to the collective message. I'm going to tap into Divine Feminine's message about what you need to release for your Divine Masculine to come through. And then I'll tap into the Divine Masculine and see what you need to release. So this is a message for your Divine sides, so that when you release, you can have more of what you want to come in. It's amazing. It's a kind of little trick I've learned with manifestation and really making things happen. So welcome. We've been going through as a collective a lot of realizations of how easy things are once we've gotten to a place where things are like happening. So we have the Star in reverse right off the bat. There's something about needing to actually create instead of just holding on to an idea. That comes through. The Prince of Pentacles in the Five of Cups. This is from you going through a situation where you wised up and you started to learn more than anything about how your emotions have really been created like diamonds in kind of like a cave, where it's like the diamond is created from this very rough environment. The diamond itself is beautiful. So that is what you're coming out of with your idea, with emotions. You're realizing how important they are when it comes to specifically creating, celebrating too. So there's something about how specifically this type of emotion connected to more of smaller celebratory moments that you've been going through recently. That emotion you feel, that kind of, I'm getting like you're enjoying kind of the celebration. So the feeling of enjoyment is something that you've recently gone through. Yo, I was so listening to, I was listening to Rhiannon, the song Rhiannon by Stevie Nicks. And it was just such a really interesting song about someone who follows their own flow. And yes, it's hard to keep moving because you are leaving people maybe you want to have with you as you move behind. But it's kind of like that almost flipped. With the movement, it's like you're realizing that as you go through kind of like following your flow, tuning into specifically those small moments of enjoyment is what helps you motivate yourself to move forward, to continue to follow your path, to continue to follow what you've been really dedicating yourself on. We have contemplation and strength. So one thing that I do see is contemplation has been something you are very familiar with, something about second guessing yourself when you feel that intuitive nudge to go a certain direction. You're starting to get to a place where it's under control, that the hesitation when it comes to contemplation is starting to become less and less of a hesitation. And it's like you're finding this embodiment of courage from trusting yourself. I'm getting that there's something about seeing results from your dedication is also something that helps yourself to keep dedicated, to keep moving forward. Man, my cards are sticky. Did you hear that? It was very sticky, like maple syrupy. So we both have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups. When it comes to being motivated by a certain way of thinking, you're becoming wiser and tuning into the voice that you listen to that tells you to make this action and tells you to make this judgment call and this decision. Yeah, let's see what else. We got the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. And then we have the Five of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So what before that was really kind of tripping you up and giving you more of a headache than anything? You're starting to use the wisdom that you learned from kind of messing up before and tuning into kind of like missing this hole in the ground that before you didn't miss, you went in. So you're saving yourself a lot of different mistakes where you didn't know before, and using that knowledge that you've really collected over the period. I kind of want to tune into the knowledge that you have collected, that you've learned, the wisdom inside that's really helping you with knowing about like mistakes you've done in the past and how you're moving forward. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Staves, which is the Queen of Wands. So I'm getting something about how it's like you're welcoming in things where before you were really closed off and reserved. Like you're reassessing your boundaries because you realize you're in a safer environment, you're in a safer place where you can be your authentic self and you don't need to watch your back in case someone stabs you. Definitely been there before where you, like, I definitely have had to close off from expressing my true self because of the environment, the others, the other people around me. But being in a place right now for myself where I am safe, I can be myself, and it's something that can give a person this embodiment that pushes them past all these like inside obstacles as well. So let me just read these cards really fast. Yeah, I'm getting something about how this knowledge is like giving you this satisfying like you're protected. You know that there will be always someone there to have your back. There's always going to be an opportunity for you to get out of this situation if it is a situation where you feel like your safety is in question. There's things that where before you didn't realize that there are other opportunities, you now do, and that's what's really saving you from falling in this hole in the ground where maybe if someone didn't know, where maybe before you didn't know, you fell into. So I'm really saying that you're just kind of like you're floating, really. Like you're walking, yes, but you're starting to really understand what you need to when it comes to the order of things, when it comes to creating. So like when you create, right, you're creating something new, but you're also basing it off of other things that have already been created. So creating this new thing, you want it to be like new, using what has already been creating, but putting your authentic flair on it, I'm hearing is something that really is helping kind of you feel more like it's yours, something like that. Because I'm getting that kind of where the contemplation was coming. The contemplation was really halting a lot of creation. And I get it, especially if you feel like you're not safe. Like you definitely, it takes a lot of focus away from what you can create, especially if you're like watching your back, if you're trying to feel safe, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Something about how embodying this confident, safe feeling is allowing you to create freely and to allow yourself to discover more of what you haven't before. We have oppression. Okay, we have the King of Swords in reverse. We have balance. We have sacrifice in reverse. Okay. So there might be some, when it comes to this like contemplation and creation, kind of like balance, if you will. There's something about how there's like this attachment to a belief that's causing you to feel as though the way to, it's like giving to yourself, but also giving to others. Kind of like when you're creating, are you creating for yourself or are you creating for something else? I'm getting that when you're able to figure out creating for yourself, that's where things that before you were feeling like oppressed with, I guess, you were feeling like kind of like your desire was never fulfilled. This way it will be fulfilled. Releasing attachment to, oh gosh, my fan's going off, so my mind's like, I was totally on it. What I said before, I totally said it, but like, if you can piece it together, sorry. But there's something about how allowing yourself to create for yourself, kind of like, I guess, what you would do, like, if you were to receive a creation from yourself, what would you create? That's what you would create. I'm getting that would be able to allow yourself to feel more excited to create, less like contemplative of what you're creating. It'll be a lot easier, kind of like it's coming from that inner artist that all of us are. But yeah, that's the end of the video. It is gonna get a little noisy in here. I will see you in another video. Thank you for joining me. Bye.